Hello, everyone! Welcome to a panel presentation about fan dubs and voice acting, how a fan dub is made, and a little bit about ours specifically. Brought to you by Mayonaka Dubs. So first off, some introductions.
Hi, I am Lala Melody. I am the assistant director at Mayonaka. I assist in the scripting process, the transcribing process, the casting process, and then I also help with music and things like that. And then I'm also the voice of Marie.
I am the Red Inkling. I am the director, main editor for the project. I do casting, localization, scripting, and I'm the voice of Yu Narukami. And unable to make it for the presentation part, unfortunately, is our lovely Morgana Goldrose. No affiliation with the existing Morgana of Persona, but they do localization stuff as well, scripting, casting, and they're the voice of Nanako. And also up here, if they're comfortable with speaking.
Yeah. Hi, I am Twick, otherwise known as Lee. I'm not too involved with the scripting or localization, but I am the voice of Yosuke Hanamura.
And he is awesome at it.
Yes,
And
yes.
we are... Well, Mayonaka Dubs is a team of voice actors with one collaborative goal. We wish to produce a high-quality fan dub of the Persona 4 Golden animation, one of the few Persona animation projects that never got an English dub. The original 4 anime did, but given that the 4 Golden follow-up was not as successful, it never got an English dub. Persona 5 anime did, Persona 4 one did, Golden did not. It was one of the few that was excluded, so we're doing it. So far, the team has produced 5 full episodes, and we have no plans of stopping it until we finish the entire show. That is episodes 6 through 12, a remake of episode 1, and even the Thank You, Mr. Accomplice OVA. So, rolling into the first section, how is a fan dub made? Our general process is getting the episode, removing the original voiceover, transcribing, localization, recording, editing, and then it goes up. First up is getting the episode and removing the voices. Since this is a fan project, we don't exactly have access to the raw footage A1 made in 2014. We're not a professional studio, we haven't sent them emails, thus, we don't have voice lists. Thus, we instead work with DVD rips and remove the voices ourselves. These are direct MKVs right from the actual disc release of the Persona 4 Golden animation. And to get the voices out, we use Moises, a software mainly used for music separation, to isolate vocals and backing track, and then we just add in the backing track there for removing the voices. I will note, if you finish watching this and want to try making your own fan dub yourself, and you want to use Moises, one of the first things you will see is that they advertise themselves as AI powered. That is not true. At least not in the sense that we're all thinking. That just means that how audio separation works is there's a lot of software that is very smart and knows how to isolate frequencies and separate vocals from any other sound that exists. It's the same technology that allows you to more clearly hear voices when on like Discord or in your own phone recordings. There is zero generative AI that Moises uses to our knowledge, and in our project, we use zero generative AI at all. We stand against it in the use of any creative work. We're not for that. A Gen AI boo stinky, basically.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the next part of the process that comes from us getting the footage and removing the audio is looking at the original episode's subtitles and transcribing them directly. We write down every single character's line, every grunt, everything of note into a giant Google Sheets spreadsheet. And for the most part, these are direct subtitles from the DVD versions. Occasionally, we'll add notes to add localizations that have already been made, i.e., the localizations that were made in the original Persona 4 Golden in the game, because that's what we have to work off of. We have... So, an example you can actually see in this slide is at the beginning of most of the episodes, Marie has her poems that she reads in the Velvet Room, and we will take what is transcribed in the episode and compare it to how the poem looked in-game. And then from there, we go to localization. From there, we examine the source footage and we rewrite every line to make it more context relevant. We make it fit with the mouth flaps. We will also occasionally alter the mouth flaps in editing. Inkling will get into that a little better later. But this allows us to fine-tune the translation, add localization that's closer to what you might be familiar with in the game, and we can even add our own little interpretations and jokes in the show. One joke that was very, very particular, one we had to fix, was in episode 3, during the beach episode, because in the original episode, the whole joke is that the word derriere sounds similar to delicacy in Japanese. And so that's a joke that would go completely over the head of the English speakers. But in the game, it was localized, to be the unsubtle subuttle. And we used that localization that was in Persona 4 Golden, and we brought it to the anime. And then also, there are some parts that are just weird with a direct translation from English into Japanese, and we can just add our own jokes. There's one joke in one of the episodes where Yu says something along the lines of like, "Up here's the my son," like he's making an obvious over-exaggerated joke.
The frame
that was an original joke.
Yeah, the frame was I don't know what the joke is in Japanese, and it was an odd direct translation in the subtitles, but I was thinking, okay, how do we make this funny? What do we do? And the shot is him pointing up at the sky. So I was like, what is he pointing at? The sun? What's important about the sun? And then I just wrote, up there's the mighty sun, and that's the best joke of the episode.
Up here's the mighty sun!
And with that, it's off to the booth. Once the script is localized, we ping the cast, we set a due date, and we get recording. This is not every member of the cast, but it is a good handful that gave us photos that we could, hide the faces of for privacy reasons, obviously.
That's me.
Yeah. In fact, the people up here, funnily enough, people up here talking right now, that's us. That's these three.
That's
playing
us
our respective
little
characters.
up there.
I can give a little bit of anecdotal knowledge. That is not my full booth setup because in my house I have super high ceilings. So what I do to help the recording not echo as much, I just throw a thick blanket over my entire computer setup.
Blanket for
the blanket cave.
The blanket fort setup is based. All right, and after that, we go on to lining up hundreds of voice lines. It's more fun than it sounds. After the voice lines are submitted, I, the editor, add them to a voiceless version of the episode, and I time them with each line in the script. I have the script, right beside me. I refer to it as I work, and I line up every single line that was submitted into a big thing. I use DaVinci Resolve, a free editing software that has so many damn features. It is very good, even if you're making something basic like this, but it can also be incredibly good if you're making actual really complex content. I highly recommend DVR. And I typically go scene by scene, character by character, instead of scene by scene, line by line. That way I can focus on a scene, put one audio in, edit it together, put in the tracks, done. Get another person's audio submission, line it up, done. And then we just do that for a whole scene, then the next one, then the next one. Final product looks a little something like this. It is a lot, but it is worth it. After that, we ensure that the episode is top quality before giving it the final export, equalizing all the audio, making sure the mouth flaps line up, etc. That's another thing I will do is, since mouth flap animations are really just going back and forth between essentially 3 or 4 different drawings, what we can do is either freeze frame or reuse a mouth talking clip in a lot of scenarios to better flap our voice actors' delivery instead of the original. So basically, we occasionally reanimate the episode to make the mouth flaps line up. We also make sure to tune out or flat out replace music in the show if it gets flagged and prevents the upload. Atlas and A1 have yet to have an issue with this at all, and I think a big part of that is because this is not us overriding an existing English dub. This show never got one. But one that we do have a few issues with is Aniplex, the company that owns the distribution rights to the music of the show. And
that's just because Aniplex is Aniplex.
Yeah.
And...
So Aniplex is all the music in YouTube system. So if YouTube detects that original Persona 4 animation music is in a video, it doesn't get blocked from upload. Rather, it gets blocked from being viewed in every country and territory. So if that happens, we either tune it out or flat out replace it. That's actually one of the big reasons we're remaking episode 1 is because it got taken down due to that reason. Thus, it needs to be remade also just because it's old. We're better. We have better setups. We can do that. So, that's in the works as well. After that, we write up the description, throw in the thumbnail, set the premiere, and get it released. So what's the result of all this hard work? Well, here's a little clip.
Fly! Where am I going, you ask? Don't ask stupid questions. I don't need a map. I throw away my compass. My heart alone will show me the way. I walk by myself. Am I not lonely, you ask? Yeah, right. Even my own shadow's in my way. Freedom, that is the rule. Go ahead, try to hold me down. I will die beautifully, before your very eyes. No one can break my wings!
Sorry for the wait. Well, how's that?
Hell no.
That is the beginning of episode 4, the Midnight Trivia Miracle Quiz. And amazingly enough, I didn't intend this, but since the lovely Twick is up here instead of Morgana Goldrose, all the voices you just heard, that's us. That's us up here.
Yep.
Incredible coincidence. So imagine that level of quality, but for an entire 24-minute episode of anime, and then that 12 times. That is the full goal of this project. And with that, we've explained the process of how this is made and how potentially you could make your own fan dub if you want to. So for now, since fan dubs require voice actors, much like actual dubs and a lot of other things, we are all voice actors. So we've got some advice for anyone who are aspiring to be one.
Lee, you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of not about who you know, it's more about, like, what you know.
Other way
It's
around.
Like... Oh, wait, did I mix it up? Oh my God, not who you know, not what you know. Oh my God. Look, I might be a voice actor, but I might not be literate.
Dog,
Red
you're never
has to
beating the
start.
Persona fan allegations.
Oh no! Damn it, I made that joke in the Guilty Gear tournament. Persona fans can't play video games. Anyways, much like any industry, voiceover benefits those who have connections. So, knowing someone is like half the battle. When I first got picked up for this project, I just knew somebody involved with it, and then I got in pretty easily. You just gotta also communicate. Communication is so important to working as a team on a project. I should know. I sometimes have not been the best with communicating in other projects, and those projects have not gone anywhere. But this one has. So...
Yeah.
Communication.
It is key. And so on screen are some places to find projects, network with people, and just be around to connect with people in your field. Discord, obviously, is a great one. Discord is where we have this project. It's all in one server. Cast and Call Club is how we made this and all found each other and where our auditions are held. And there's also smaller groups like the App Circle, which is all about being able to share with small communities. You can join Facebook groups. You can join Twitter groups. You can join all sorts of things. As long as you're putting yourself out there. That is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Second tip, absolutely 100% practice, and then practice again, and then practice again. This is really just advice for anyone getting into a performing field. I know Leanna talked about this very briefly in her panel, talking about how like she was, studied theater, had prior acting experience, things like that. And you'll hear that from a lot of voice actors, and that's because it kind of all intersects in a really weird way. But, you practice talking, practice doing like different character impressions. That's how I get half of the roles I book. The more you practice, the better you'll get. As a performer, just at all, it's like, I went to school for music, and the first thing they tell us is like, if you don't practice, you're not going to get anywhere. And it's one of those things that you just have to be very mindful of. You can find ways to incorporate it into your everyday routine. And so long as you're putting in effort and understanding like what works, what doesn't work. Oh, I did a take. Oh, I don't feel very confident on this take. Just go for it. And then, basically just go for it.
Mm-hmm. Which leads us into tip number 3. To quote Spaceballs and Joe Zija, shout out to Joe Zija, he was here earlier. Don't ready, set, go. Just go, go, go. Your early start in voiceover can be with literally anything. As long as you have a microphone, an interface, and the will to do it, you can do it. You don't need a fancy setup. You don't need a pro demo reel. You don't need a big portfolio. You don't need to have, like, a through line to Matthew Mercer. You don't need anything like that. Just do it. Make your dreams come true. That's why Shia LaBeouf's is on this slide as well. Just do it. Put yourself out there. Email people and connect with them on social media. Put your auditions in, even if your setup's not the best. That way you can build a portfolio. Therefore you can get your early roles. Therefore you can get better, and therefore you can become the actor that you want to be. You will miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So just get out there and do it. Just do it. Don't be afraid.
Your dreams
don't be afraid to start at all.
Just do it. Yeah.
And with that, it is time for Q&A. So I will tab back over to Discord and let's read some questions. Hoodie, if you want to unmute, you can as well.
I'm here. Hi. What? Huh?
Yippee.
I have sausage rolls and I have now caramel popcorn.
Ah, nice. Yummy.
I was like chowing down while I was listening. I'm like, oh, cool.
Dude, I was eating lunch just before this panel. I saw
I was
it.
about to say, I'm going to heat up my dinner after the
yeah.
panel.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in CST, so it's just late lunchtime for me.
Yeah. We man 09 gets it. Just do it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So with that,
I'll read the question.
We can start Q&A.
Okay. Looks like we have the first question here being, I see a poster says, what's the hardest part about making a dub aside from copyright problems?
So those, like, as I said, those only really come up when we have to, like, tune out or replace music, which, while it is a bit of, like, a long task, it's not the hardest thing. Like, I would say that is far from the most difficult thing that we do for this stuff. I would say that the most difficult thing, I think, is for me, it's localization, because it takes a lot of, like, on the spot thinking, a lot of improvised ways to interpret lines and fit them with the mouth flaps. It takes a lot of proof work. It takes a lot of like revising and making sure that everything fits with the animation or even with just the general timing. And you can still get it wrong. Like, we've sent out scripts and had people record, and then I get the lines in and I realize, oh, I wrote that wrong, or, oh, that was a bad way to word that, or, oh, I didn't include a pronunciation guide. That's why once all the lines are in and the draft of the episode is finished, we send out redo requests as well. Because, not every time they get it on the first try or on any of the tries that they submit. Thus, we specify what we're really looking for so they can nail it. But
I swear to you, I've mispronounced Marie's name like 700.
I mean,
it's a common one. Don't worry, that's a common one.
That is actually very common. Because in the Japanese, it's pronounced Mari, and so it's putting the stress on a different syllable, and it got so bad to the point I'm going to put him on blast for this. Eli, who is our Teddy,
oh no,
bless his heart. He could not say Marie for the life of him. He could only say, "Hey, I know all about you, Mari-chan."
Yeah.
And it's because it's like that's what it is in Japanese, and so he wasn't paying attention. And we made the realization in episode 3. Wait, this is where a certain point of Marie's social link is. We can have him call her Emmy-chan and fix all of it.
Yeah, we realized, hey, wait, and Marie's social link from rank 6 on, which is about where episode 4 starts. Teddy only calls her Emmy-chan, so I'm like, Eli, we've saved you. You can just say that instead. But yeah, so we do have a guide for pronunciations, both in text and in audio form, and also whenever there's like a new word or like name in the script, I do my best to remember to put in a pronunciation guide. Sometimes I forget, sometimes I get it wrong. It's just a thing that happens. It's a complicated process. We're not there in a recording studio to provide immediate feedback, thus we have systems put in place instead.
Yeah.
I would say that like making everything besides the acting and the editing, that's honestly like the hard parts, because editing comes naturally to me and acting comes naturally to all of us.
Which I'll actually piggyback off of that really quickly too. Music is actually kind of tricky because I'm specifically referring to like when there is singing in the show itself, because in episode 5 we had to do that. And it's like I knew I wasn't going to have a problem with it, but we had to have actual live sessions with Risei Puffs, who's our Risei VA, to work out everything for True Story, because there's a whole verse of True Story that wasn't localized, and so I had to write that myself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then I had to send off a demo to Risei Puffs and be like, hey, so this is what you're gonna need to follow. If you want, we can do it live. I don't care.
Yeah. It is really is the process of like making sure everything is good to go rather than the going.
Right.
Next up.
I will read for you. I will read the thing. Hold on. The question. Sorry, I was like chowing down. I'm trying not to be like you hear mouth down.
You're all good. You're all good.
Reedman wants to ask, I have a question. Is there any other future dub projects you guys want to tackle next?
I know.
Well,
I know we talked at one point about potentially tackling the Persona 3 movies, but
there's already a dub project going on.
Yeah,
but also
a dub project.
Like I have no idea. I'm not in it, so I have no idea what the progress of that is. I don't know if they're like in a hold. I don't know if it's indefinitely postponed. I don't know if they're actively working on it. It's weird because it's in limbo. Yeah, it's in an odd limbo. So while I would love to do the movies, I don't want to tread on their ground.
Yeah.
If I can,
go ahead.
tag in. I have a dormant project that I think I'm gonna try to get uh these guys help on, completely unrelated to Persona. So I'm I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I should disclose it here.
I mean,
Yep.
do we want to put the Mayonaka Dubs branding on it officially?
I would love to put the Mayonaka Dubs branding on it. It is a fan dub of the old Fire Emblem OVA from 1996. It's an old dub, so I wanted to get people to redub it with everything we know now about Fire Emblem. But it's just been on hold because I've been busy with life.
Yeah.
So
Life is an issue.
Well, yeah.
at some point that will be dealt with.
Exactly.
But
Yeah. I'm
Exactly,
not
yeah.
entirely sure if that will get the Mayonaka Dubs branding, but
yeah,
I mean
But quite a few people from Mayonaka
are in it.
Are involved
Yeah,
in it.
exactly.
I did poach a lot of people.
I'm reading the chat.
I don't know what you
I'm reading
mean.
the chat
I
right
don't
now.
know what you mean. You yelling in my DMs, "Hey, audition for my thing," and then you yelling in my DMs, "Hey, you want to voice Sheeta?"
All right.
Next one.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like,
All right. How do you
is
not
there
feel
anything
you?
else that we would want to do? Honestly,
There's the thing is that I really want to focus on bringing, if I continue to do fandubs after this, which I don't know if I will, but if I do decide to continue, especially with my Mayonaka dubs, I would want to continue to do things that haven't already been done, like
right?
the Persona 3 movies don't have an English dub. That's perfect. But things like the original Persona 4 anime does, the Persona 5 anime does. Like, I don't want to do something that's already been done. I want Mayonaka dubs to be able to bring to life something that's never been done. So when it comes to Persona projects, especially animes, there's not a whole lot that falls under that umbrella. The only two I can think of off the top of my head, besides the Golden Anime, are the movies and Trinity Soul. And
We don't talk about Trinity
I don't
Soul.
want to do the movies to tread on the ground of the group who was already doing it, and I don't want to do Trinity Soul because it's Trinity Soul. We might do episode 1 for an April Fool's, who knows?
I'm straight souling it, and it's
We won't
my
be in the
Trinity.
house like carpet. I hate to
Yeah.
say it.
Aw,
Damn.
Yeah,
we won't be able to
unfortunately.
check it out. I'm house.
Check it out.
Check it out. I'm homeless.
I'm house like carpet.
We going to the IKEA today. All right. All right. How do you
Everyone
not feel
grab
you?
your stuffed IKEA sharks. Let's go.
How did I feel to say? So speaking of improv, what are some tips for developing that as a skill? Since VO and VA classes sometimes don't cover that.
I mean,
Could I actually? I know I'm not part of the thing, but could I interject just real quick? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
sure.
can give an answer to this. So hi, I'm Hoodie Inu, 18 plus VTuber, and somehow I have people listening to me talk for a long time. I'm gonna say a practice I always want everyone to try is remember one thing that you did in the day, right? And try to at least time yourself if you can make at least like a 5-minute story just about a very simple thing, because you can make like a simple trip to the grocery store sound like the most amazing thing if you can spread that story for like 5 minutes.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
something you
think-
can do.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Another really good piece of advice too is kind of, I mean, the number one rule of improv is yes and. So
Mhm.
basically, consistently commit to the bit. If you start a bit, commit to it and just keep going. That's basically
Mm-hmm.
that's all improv is just commit to the bit.
Yeah, exactly. And like, as you get better at acting, you will get better at improv, because you can take the knowledge of adapting to the situation, playing off of other people, and like knowing what delivery and what tone works for which context. You will develop all those skills as you get better at acting.
Yes. Oh, and I'll also note too, if you want to get better at improv, maybe try role playing.
I was
Not in that
D&D
way.
is a thing.
D&D,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
about to
Yeah.
say D&D. D&D. All
Okay.
I know Inkling and I have played D&D together. I know Lee plays D&D, so it's like that is actually a really, really good opportunity for you to kind of get out of your comfort zone and play someone who isn't yourself. And you're constantly having to think on the fly, having to adapt to the dice rolls, adapt to the DM's environment, things like that. That's actually a really good way to get better at improv, is to play role-playing games.
Absolutely.
Y'all know the amazing, Sonic, live dub from Snapcube, right? That's
Yeah.
another
Yes.
good way to do it.
Yes.
Live dub something. Get some friends to just live dub
Yes.
stuff.
Yes, exactly.
I can speak on the role playing part. I've played D&D for like over a decade. It has been leaps and bounds so helpful in getting better at improv. I would say another thing that helps me, and this is because I also I like to write my own stuff, like original content.
Yeah, me
Is
too.
if is kind of just like role playing or talking to myself, even if it's like super rough and like I'm not trying to outline like a great story or anything. If I can just keep something going with myself, I feel like that's a good practice for me. I don't know if you guys have ever
No,
like role played on
I
your
do
own.
that. I do
Yeah,
that
that's
because
absolutely fair.
that's one way I've always written and developed characters, is not necessarily talking to myself, but more so like imagining scenarios in my head, imagining like, oh, how would this character react to this? Oh, how would this character react to this? Like it's like it gets you getting in the headspace of a character, whether it's one you've created or it's one that you are very fond of from a fictional franchise or anything like that. Getting into that headspace and thinking like, well, I know I would do this. What would they do differently from me?
Mm-hmm.
How would that kind of...
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any other questions? Yeah, of course, honey nut.
Yeah,
I love giving advice to people who want to break into this sphere.
Oh, I have one. We have one from Pikachu here. They said, my question for this was, what are y'all's favorite part about making the dub of the P4 Golden anime, and what are y'all's favorite character moments for this?
Ooh.
Let's see.
question.
I can go first. I think my favorite part, honestly, is since I'm the editor, I love getting to see all the hard work come together. I love seeing the work of over 20 voice actors who are all just doing this for the hell of it. All sitting down, recording all these lines that we've wrote and had them sync up to a piece of anime, and just having all this in my editing software, line it all up, have everything work out, and just being able to hit play, sit back, and watch what almost feels like an official project. That is an incredible experience. It is always so amazing to see the finished product, and it's what makes me motivated to keep doing this sort of stuff. I love seeing everyone's hard work finally culminate into a really just art, a true piece of art. It is awesome. And my favorite character moment, it hasn't happened yet, but probably it's a certain scene and certain events that happen in episode 7, so it's not out yet. So I think for now, I will say, oh gosh, what do I think? I think I have to give it to Yu's general attitude of, hell yeah, I got this, descending into, oh god, what is happening, in episode 2, when he makes that perfect plan, and then everything goes to hell.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
one of my favorite that was one of my favorite episodes to play that character. It is just so funny having having this perfect plan and it will all go according perfectly, and then everything goes wrong. That was so fun.
I could step up next.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to go next?
Yeah. My favorite part, I guess, of just making the dub. Well, I say making. Like I'm just.
You
voicing
contribute.
it.
You contribute.
Yes.
You contribute.
You're the
I
iconic
think-
Yosuke Hanamura.
Yes. It's whenever I'm reading the script for the first time and watching the episode for the first time, because this is gonna sound blasphemous. I have never played Persona 4.
I
Yeah,
know, it's
or
We
Golden-
found the LARPer chat.
Yeah, I've played Persona 3 and like the beginning of 5. That's it. So a lot of the stuff in the Golden Anime, when I'm reading the script and watching along with mouth flaps to record, that is also my first time seeing that stuff. And so I will just talk to Red about it like in DMs. And some of those raw reactions are the funniest things ever.
Yes.
I hope you don't. I really hope you don't have plans on February 18th, 2027, because we are strapping your ass down in VC and forcing you to play Persona 4 Revival.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lee, I will give you $70 to buy and play Persona 4 Revival.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Absolutely
Yeah.
take it. And if I had to say like a favorite character moment, the one that came to my mind when I was thinking about it is the whole thing in like the second half of episode 4 when Teddy's like making the game show set. And Yosuke's like, yeah, he's just building something in our store, like outside our store.
On top of the store,
I can't
on the
do it.
roof.
I can't do anything about it. What's wrong with him?
It's like, what is wrong with this creature?
Yeah.
There is one bit where I'm on the phone.
Yes!
Where-
Yes!
Yes!
This bit's
Oh my
awesome!
God, yes!
Where like Yu's just like in the living room with Nanako, gets a call from Yosuke, turns it on and immediately puts down the phone and walks
Just
away
lets it
while I
yap.
rant.
It's just like, let him rant, let him
vent.
rant, let him go.
And I remember asking during that moment, hey, can I do Yosuke doing an impression of Teddy in this? And Red was like, okay, give me a take with it, give me a take without it.
And the take with it was so much better. It was the best one. That's why it's in the episode.
Yes.
It was so good. And then it ending with me going,
A quiz show.
Speaking of psychological studies, one of the most infamous is the Stanford.
That's perfect!
Question 2.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What?
I love that moment so much. I love that scene. That's why that scene was a sneak peek, because I love it. Alright. Lala?
Oh God. I think my favorite part about making the dub is like just seeing what all goes into it, helping wherever I can, because I mean all of our lives are incredibly complicated. They're messy as hell, but it's so satisfying to see everything put together, see the work of so many people just kind of come to fruition. And it's not exactly the completion process, but it's seeing like, you know, sometimes Inkling and I will be on call together while he's editing and things like that. And it's like, oh, so this is how this scene is supposed to look.
Mhm. Like you see the vision.
Yeah, it's like, I see the vision. I see what you're going for here. As far as favorite character moments, I mean, I love getting to do the little Marie poems at the beginning of most of the episodes. Those are always so much fun, particularly when I'm having to come into the room just screaming into my microphone.
Hey, dancing tonight!
Stop reading my stuff!
It's like, stop! Jerk! It's like,
Your mic cut so much, but that's perfect.
I know.
She's
Fuck
going
this
back to the
mic.
velvet room in between talking.
Don't blame the
but,
mic, blame Discord. Blame Discord noise cancellation.
Blame
velvet room.
Discord. But yeah, I think that's one of my favorite character moments. I just really like getting to play Marie. Marie's a really fun character, and I really like how they portray her in the Golden anime. So I think that is definitely a highlight. But also, and Dazzling Smile was also really fun too for the outro. That is still one of the things I'm so incredibly proud of.
Yeah, for those unaware, the ending credits of every episode features a song called "Dazzling Smile." It's all in Japanese. Lala made an English cover for it, and we use that for every episode.
If I tell, you show me how to love. I'll show you how to live, despite this awkward distance.
And it's
Nice.
awesome. It is so. If you've seen an episode, which everyone here, go watch the dub, please. I will
We
thank
will link,
you
we will
personally.
link the channel in the chat
Yes,
after.
yes, we will.
After the panel.
Like go watch it. We have 4 episodes up, and we have 4 episodes up because episode 1's down, and we have the rest of the show in the making.
Yes, it was originally the plan for us to show a sneak peek of episode 6, but then life happened, and
episode 6 is taking a little bit longer to put it all together, but I do think that you all will love it once it comes together. Okay.
Read the next question here then.
Hell yeah.
This one is from Duggo, and they are asking, how do you strike a balance between doing your own take on your characters while also aligning with pre-existing vocal performances?
ooh,
That's a good question. Let me think about that.
I think for me it's always been in inflection, because I mean I love Eden Regal's performance as Marie. It is absolutely phenomenal, and I also love Hanazawa's performance in Japanese as well. And so using both of those as frame of reference, it kind of gives me an idea of like, oh, this is kind of the character's personality. And I know I can never make my voice perfectly replicate either of their voices. So it's like, okay, then I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to just make my voice sound like it as much as possible, but also not, because you can kind of hear it in episode 2 where I ended up making Marie's voice a little lower than I intended. And but I think understanding the character, it goes kind of back to that understanding the character thing, where it's like the voice, Marie's not a very difficult character for me to voice, just because she speaks a little higher than my normal voice, and she kind of has this monotone demeanor to her. And that's kind of what I think of when I voice her, is I don't really try to think of the past vocal performances as much with Marie. I think more of in terms of like, this is the type of personality she has. Here's how I can replicate it with my voice.
I sort of do the same attitude when I do. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
I sort of do the same thing when I voice you, because the closest I can do to a Johnny Young Bosch Yunarakami is just talk, but with a little bit more breathiness to it. So I usually do that with a little bit of a higher inflection in order to match his total delivery. But I don't do more than that, because while I want to match JYB and what he did for this character, I also want to put my own spin on it. I want it to sound like I'm still doing it, but have it still be a character that is distinct enough from my regular voice and is close to Johnny Young Bosch. And so I just speak a little bit higher, I add a little breathiness to it, and just talk like that. And it is just enough to be distinct from my regular voice, and I think it makes for a great you.
As for me, I've definitely listened to Yuri Lowenthal in a lot of different roles, not just Yosuke. I mean, obviously he is the original Makoto Yuki, And every character ever.
Yeah, Yuri's everywhere.
Every character ever. He was Alejandro Saab before Alejandro Saab.
Yeah.
He was Alex Lee before Alex Lee.
Yeah.
But I can definitely hit that sort of range. I also try to just take inspiration from the other kind of bro characters in Persona games, like Junpei and to a lesser extent Ryuji. Just like be as extroverted as I can, the complete opposite of how I am. So I usually push my voice a bit higher, and I go a bit more exaggerated and just kind of talk like this. And that kind of hits that Yosuke range pretty well. But then if I need to get like sort of angry with it, I can also do that as well. Like, because Yosuke does get angry at
he
the sun,
does have a few rage moments.
the dirt,
yeah,
water.
I'm sweating all the stuff.
I'm sweating all the stuff.
Hey now, don't sweat
sweating all the stuff.
I love that line. That's a line from episode 4 as well.
What is this?
Hey now, don't sweat the small stuff.
I'm sweating all of the stuff.
I'm sweating all the stuff.
It's such a good line. I'm so proud of it. We are coming around to about 5 o'clock, meaning that we've been going on for almost an hour. So do we have any last questions?
I will observe. Let's go read through your questionnaires.
I think since audience is like starting to trickle out, we can allow for doubles if you have a follow-up question or just like another one that you'd like to ask. So go ahead and you can plug your YouTube channel. Yes, absolutely.
We will after the panel. We can post the link.
Yeah, it's if you're still watching the stream,
Red, you're still
it's
streaming.
right here. No, this is intentional. Don't worry. Right here, Mayonaka Dubs at Mayonaka Dubs, and
he's gonna say what was the ad again? What was the ad again?
There we go.
Mayonnaise Dubs.
Mayonnaise Dubs.
Yeah.
I like mayonnaise. I think it's an instrument too, right?
No, buddy. Mayonnaise is not an instrument.
No, Patrick. Mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Horseradish is not an instrument either. Yeah. Waka waka top.
Yeah. Waka waka.
Waka waka. It's actually been confirmed mayonnaise is an instrument. I have seen that video.
I have seen that
video.
But that revolves around the thought process of anything that makes a specific sound can be used as an instrument. So that means everything is. And when everything's an instrument, nothing is.
Nothing is. Should Waka Waka become Yosuke's iconic catchphrase?
Listen. Out of everyone in the P4 cast, Yosuke would be Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
Not really a question, but just wanted to say y'all do an amazing job with making the stuff for the P4G anime and just everything that goes into this. It's the best thing to ever come out of a P4/P4G fan project. I can't wait for what all y'all got planned next for this project and whatever future projects start to come.
That is the sweetest thing. It's such because there's so many cool Persona 4 fan projects out there.
Hold on.
And
yes. I can't give it a red heart. I gotta give it a yellow.
That's so true. Yeah, we gotta give it a yellow heart. That fits. Yeah, that is so sweet. Thank you. We're
Thank you so much.
very proud of the work as well, and we can't wait to bring you more episodes.